Alright, then on to exercise 2, page 30. I'm going to log on to my domain controller using the administrator account, as you see. Then I'm going to be creating a new user account following the naming convention indicated. And looks like I'll assign the same password to her. I'm going to set it to never expire. And then I'm going to add Kim Akers to the Domain Admin Security Group. I will then log off and log back on using that account, where I will go into the Server Manager to add the DHCP server role, do some configuration in there, and create a DHCP scope using again the appropriate naming convention, and I will verify that the use current credential setting is set to Kim Akers. Alright, so let's begin. We want to go to Active Directory, Users and Computers. Going to minimize this because that's our initial screen. That is not the Active Directory Users and Computers. There it is. I'm going to expand and expand my users. It's a user object that I'd like to create. These are the users currently created. Going to right click, make a new user. First name is Kim, last name is Akers, her logon name is Kim _ Akers SB. Next, her password. I do not want her to change her password. As indicated, it says set it so that the password never expires. And there she is. Then it wants me to add her to a group. So I'm going to go to Properties, and she is a member of member of domain users, but I need to add domain admins. So I'm going to add, click Advanced, Find Now, and scroll down to find Domain Admins. Double click. OK. She's now a member of the Domain Admins and Domain Users. OK. Now that she's a Domain Admin, I can log on as Kim Akers and do some things. So it says log off the server. So I'm logging off as the administrator. In a moment I'll log back on using Kim Akers. I need to switch users. It's not the administrator, it's some other user. I need to know the username. This is when you might want to have remembered exactly how you created the user. You might want to use that document that I gave you, so that'll help you keep track. So I happen to remember her username and password, so I'm now logging in. It tells me if the Server Manager console does not open automatically, open it using the shortcut pinned to the taskbar or from Administrative Tools in the Start menu. Since this is the first time this user is logging on, I'm going to pause this. I'll be right back. Okay. So this is my Server Manager. And it wants us to, let's see, where's my Server Manager? I want to add roles. And the roles I want to add, well, it says click Next. Then select the DHCP server. Nothing else, just the DHCP server. And click Next. And Next. That interface is selected. I'll click Next. And then I want to validate. It's valid. And I click Next. Moving right along. Next. Next. Enable. Next. There I go. Next. Use current credentials is Kim Akers. That's correct. Next. And install. Okay, as you can see, good installation. The only warning message I have is about my automatic updating is not enabled. That's because I turned it off after I updated everything. Actually, I turned it off before I updated, but I'm going to leave it off. And I'll update when it's convenient for me rather than when it's convenient for my operating system. So, that's done. That is the end of Step 2. So, that'll be the end of this tutorial. I'll pick the next up with Exercise 3.